Hi everyone, welcome. I have Hassan with me here, and he's here to play the ode, and we'll guide you through a 60-minute movement and meditation. So you can go ahead and get comfortable, whether it's on the mat or on the ground or in your bed, doesn't really matter. And we'll just take a few moments to enter into the space and let everyone join us. And you'll need a pillow, or if you have a yoga block, you can use that, but just a couch cushion works as well. And what we'll do, I'll grab a pillow as well, just to mimic those who don't have one. We'll place it near the top of our mat. And eventually you're gonna come down onto your back. So once you've gotten everything you need, a glass of water, quiet space, we'll go ahead and get started. And as you come down onto your back, take a moment to get comfortable. Make any adjustments that you need. The legs can do as they please. I like to take my hands onto my stomach just to feel my breath. You can also send the arms up overhead or out away from the body. Take a really deep breath in through your nose. Hold the air in at the top. Open the mouth and let it go. One more deep breath in. Holding at the top, this time you get to decide how long you hold. And when you're ready, we're going to focus on exhaling as slowly as we possibly can through the mouth. A few more rounds at your own time. Notice the fluidity of the inhale and the exhalation. See if you can smooth that out just a little bit more. And then start to notice where the breath flows freely in the body and where it feels a bit more constricted or tight or trapped. Each breath is a chance to go a little bit deeper, inviting more air into the body and releasing something that's no longer needed. In this practice, we use the breath as our way to connect not only with our body, what we call the higher self. So our breath is our gateway into meditation, into observation, mostly into stillness. Now I want you to focus on the next few breaths about blowing the belly up as wide as you can. So start to use the muscles in the stomach, stretch them and expand as you inhale. And then as you exhale, draw the belly button up and in. A few more. And bring your awareness up into the chest, the expansion across the front half of the body. Allow your concentration to center where your heart is, on the left side of the chest. And as you breathe, feel this space lift and then gently fall back down. Sitting here with your breath, start to notice how you're feeling. notice everything that brought you here to your mat. And choose to be completely accepting of whatever that may be. Without questioning, without judging. Just allow it to be seen. And then take a really deep breath in, fill the body completely. And go ahead and release. Spread the arms out away from the shoulders. Almost like you're coming into like a T-like shape. And your hip palms, so the bottoms of the hands can reach up towards the sky. Spread your fingers wide. Now if you have the pillow underneath your back and you're experiencing any pinching in the low back, you'll just want to move the pillow up a little bit. Snuggle your way back down if you had to adjust. You can let the legs go out long if you'd like. And as you breathe in, start to point your feet, point the toes, stretch out through the legs, activate through the calves and the quads, start to engage through the body. And stretch the arms nice and wide, spread the fingers as wide as they possibly can be, and take a breath in. As you breathe out, just relax everything back down into the mat and soften back in. And then one more inhale, stretch the arms, stretch the legs. You can also sweep the arms up beside the ears and get long through the sides of the body. Almost like you're imagining growing an inch or two taller than what you already are. And breathe in, breathe out, soften back down into the mat. And you have one more round at your own time. Try to get this first few movements to feel good and slow. And after you finish your third cycle, you'll leave the right arm up beside the right ear, bend into your knees, and roll over onto your right side. And move the block or the pillow away from you, and then roll yourself back onto your back. Take a moment and keep the feet on the mat. Relax back down, come back to the breath. Adjust to what it feels like to have the back supported once again by the ground. Notice if there's any shift at all within the core, within the space from the crown of your head all the way down to your pelvic floor. Does the breath feel a little bit deeper, a little bit smoother at all? Full breath in. Hold the air in at the top, blow the belly up really big like a balloon. Okay, we're going to section off the breath here. So we're going to create 4 little sips of air that we release from the nose. So go ahead and let the first one out, just 1/4 of the breath, and then pause. Let another sip of air out and pause. And one more. Sorry, the last one here. That's 4. And then push the rest of the breath out, drawing the belly button up and in. Inhale a breath into the belly. Open the mouth, release out a sigh. Walk your hands down towards your feet. And tickle your ankles with your fingers. Make sure you have that connection. Grip through the feet. Start to squeeze your bum. As you inhale, lift the hips up for bridge pose. Get active through the glutes and the feet. Imagine that you're pulling your feet forward, but not moving them along the mat, so just creating some traction. You can go ahead and interlace the hands if you'd like, pushing the forearms into the ground to create a little bit extra space between your body and the mat. Imagine that there is a block or a pillow between your legs. You're squeezing that in place. And breathe in, fill the belly. And breathe out, push the feet into the mat. And tune into that first little bit of discomfort that comes with activating and awakening the muscles in the body. And just welcome any thoughts or feelings that come with it. And choose to stay here for 3 more breaths. Go ahead and give it a go. Allow the breath to stay slow and steady if you can. And as gently as you can, we'll release the hands. Allow the shoulders to go back into the mat. And then as slowly as you can, bring the bottom down. Let the hips rest. And just pause. Take the feet wide and let the knees fall in towards each other. The hands can rest on the belly or up overhead. Take a moment and slow the breath back down. Start to notice the temperature in your body rising. Maybe a little bit of warmth in the hands or in the heart. Next inhale, you'll draw the knees in towards the chest. Wrap the arms around the shins. Let the tailbone stay heavy into the mat. And you can rock here left to right. You can do whatever feels good. What we want to concentrate on is allowing the head and the shoulders to stay connected with the ground. If you're lucky enough to be outside, maybe with the earth. And then start to deepen the breath. So as you inhale, can you push the belly into the legs? And then as you exhale, there's more room to hug the legs in a little bit tighter. Go ahead and squeeze. And 2 more like that. Inhale to blow it up, push the legs away. Exhale to squeeze in nice and tight. Massaging the digestive tract, the kidneys. Also working to open up the hip flexors, lumbar spine. And 1 more breath here. And grab behind your legs. And bring the knees to about a 90-degree angle and flex the toes up towards the sky. Okay, go ahead and start to rock back and forth, using your hands to help you. Now, hopefully there's a little bit of cushion underneath you so that this can feel like a gentle massage. And don't worry about where we're going. Just try to enjoy this. Find the spots where it feels good, maybe take a little bit of extra time there. Okay, eventually we're coming up into a seat. And then we're making our way right into a child's pose. Toes can come together, knees can go wide if they'd like. You can take a pillow underneath your feet in between your hips. And walk your hands forward with a flat back. Try to bring the chest forward and through, and keep looking to the top of the mat as you bring your forehead down. Allow the weight of the head to drop. And spread the fingers wide. Connect your hand with the mat. And breathe into the stomach. And as you breathe out, relax the lower half of the body. If you feel any intense sensation, this is a pretty deep stretch already for you. Just go ahead and send your breath into the areas where you feel it the most. It might sound like a funny thing to do. You can close your eyes. Encourage yourself to use your imagination and start to visualize the area where you feel sensation. And then maybe with your mind, can you start to bring the breath into that area? Holding the air in at the top and allowing the air to float around in the body.
And then as you release the air, maybe relaxing back down, getting a bit heavier and softer. I'll ask you to think about what brought you to your mat today. Thinking about what feeling you would like to cultivate or create here. Or more simply put, how would you like to feel today? And I'll ask you to then create a statement for yourself. And starting the statement with I am, and then completing the sentence for yourself. And go ahead and push down through the tips of the fingers. Get strong through the arms. And take a deep breath into your belly, and as you do this, pull yourself up onto hands and knees. Okay, go ahead and tuck your toes under. Make sure your hands are underneath your shoulders, and look between your hands. As you breathe in, let the belly drop down, look up. And pause. Feel the broadness through the shoulders, and push down through your knees, and maybe look up towards the sky if it feels good. And push down through your hands, lock through the arms, engage through the core. As you exhale, push the mat away and draw the belly button up and in as you create more space between your body and the mat. Cat pose. Again, push the ground away. Feel the activation through the core. Maybe even tuck the pelvis under, squeezing through the glutes. And then as you inhale, let the belly drop down. Maybe look up. You set your pace. You decide if you want to get the neck involved. Move the hips left to right. And one more round. Walk your hands back towards your knees. Sit onto your feet. Maybe your toes are staying tucked under for a nice little foot stretch, or maybe not. And just pause, bring the head over top of the heart. And notice what that feels like. And see if you can draw the breath into the stomach. As you breathe out, relax through the shoulders. Next, inhale, you can go ahead and circle the arms up overhead. Maybe looking up towards the hands. And then as you exhale, come back down into your tabletop. Right away, with the toes tucked under, lift the knees away. Core engages. Feel the power that it takes to lift the knees away, and then can you lower the knees back down so they're just hovering. So they're just about 1 centimeter or 2 away from the ground. Fingers are still spread wide. Look down between your hands, and then as you breathe in, start to think about lifting your hips up towards the sky, but do so slowly. As you exhale, the hips go up all the way and the legs straighten, downward facing dog. And adjust into your shape. So the feet can be together or apart. All that matters is that the hands are spread wide and we're creating one long line of energy from the crown of the head towards our seat and then down the backs of the legs. So the knees can be bent. We can be gentle on the hamstrings. But keep pushing the ground away with all 4 points of contact. Okay, take a deep breath in. Open the mouth, let it go. On an inhale, go ahead and float onto your toes. Lift the heels away. Pause. Bend your knees. Go ahead and step up to the top of your mat, or maybe you want to try and bring a gentle little hop into your practice. And just go ahead and play. You can try that a couple of times, stepping back into your downward facing dog, stepping up 1 foot at a time, or hopping. And if you're hopping, try to do so as quietly and as lightly as you can. Make your way to the top of the mat. Stay in a forward fold. Seat is the highest point towards the sky, knees are bent. Upper body drapes over top of the legs. Let everything be heavy for a moment. Notice any discomfort that you're experiencing. Like a slinky unraveling, keeping the head really, really heavy. Let the arms stay dead weight. Can you roll yourself up to stand? Stacking hips over top of ankles, shoulders over top of hips. Head is the highest point to straighten. Relax the shoulders down away from the ears. Take a breath into the belly. Open the mouth, let it go. And start to press down through your feet. Get active through the legs. On an inhale, circle the arms up towards the sky. On an exhale, sit your bum down and back into chair. Okay, so your toes can come together for this, or they can stay hip distance. Play with both, see what feels better. Hands can come down to heart center if it's too much for the shoulders. If the arms are reaching up, then allow the palms to face in towards each other. Knit the low ribs in, and almost like you're shortening through the front half of the body. Can you stay really engaged through the core, tucking the pelvis under? One more breath here. Find your strength. Find your warmth and the heat that's coming. We won't be here for too much longer. Push through the legs, come all the way up to straight, squeeze the bum, open the heart, and maybe lean back. Pull the hands into heart center, Undulate Mudra, and then just pause. Watch the breath. Slow it back down by taking a really deep breath in, holding the air in at the top, and then forcing yourself to slowly, super, super slowly release the air, creating control over your exhalation. And then do that 2 more times. Let the breath go back to a normal pace. Open the eyes if they were closed. Circle the arms up towards the sky. Sit your bum back into the chair, but this time go ahead and sweep your arms behind you like they're wings. And squeeze the shoulder blades together. Fingers are reaching towards the back of the mat, almost as though you can touch the back wall behind you. Lift your toes away from the mat. And breathe in, lift the heart, and maybe look up. As you breathe out, go ahead and straighten the legs. Come into a halfway lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Pushing through the feet, lifting through the core. There can be a gentle micro bend into the knees, and if your feet aren't separated to hip distance, then you'll want to do that now. And breathe into the low back. Breathe out, push the ground away. And one more breath in. And this time, send the arms alongside the head. So just like you're squeezing the ears. Okay, one more breath. Super slowly bend into your knees, come into a forward fold, letting the weight of the head drop down. The hands and the arms get heavy. You can grab opposite elbows, find some movement here. Maybe swaying back and forth. Or bending into one knee and then another. You can alternatively take your hands, interlace them behind your neck. Okay, let's go ahead and start to speed it up. Let your arms drop down towards the mat. As you inhale, halfway lift, flat back, straight legs, slide the arms up the legs. As you exhale, bend into your knees, chair pose, arms reach up. And push the legs to straight, open the heart, maybe lean back. And breathe out, forward fold, arms towards the mat. Breathe in, halfway lift. Breathe out, arms go back down. Right foot steps back, left foot stays. Just pause. Make sure your foot's in the center of the mat. Drop the back knee down and pat it up with a pillow if you need extra support. If you're working with strength today, then keep the back knee lifted. And really slowly start to pull one hand into the heart and then the other. Push the ground away as you come to bring the shoulders over top of the hips, crescent lunge. Arms can reach up towards the sky, or they can alternatively rest on that front knee or even down towards the ground if you want. Force yourself to take 3 slow breaths. In through the nose. Exhale, relax the shoulders, relax the fingers, relax the face. Everybody go ahead and lower the hands down towards the mat as you breathe out. Pause. Wherever you are, look forward and pull the heart forward, maybe coming onto your fingertips to find extra height. And drop your back knee down if it wasn't already. And pause here for one more breath. Maybe lean forward, feel the stretch. The right leg and your hips. And tucking those back toes under, push the back knee away from the mat. Pivot the right toes towards the right side of the room, setting up for warrior 2. Okay. Go ahead and push, push, push down through both feet. Cartwheel the arms open, maybe coming into a T-like shape with the arms. Stretching the left arm forward, right arm back. Turn to face you guys. Look forward over that front hand. Don't lose your lunge in the front leg. Breathe in. And breathe out, lower your right arm down, lift the left arm up. Stay here. Maybe you want to start to bend into your left arm, bringing it towards your right hip. And if you can connect the left hand with the right hip, then just pause. Maybe reach down with that right arm towards the ankle and lunge deeper into the right knee. Stay strong through the core, lifted through the heart. Maybe that's enough for you. Maybe you want to straighten that left arm back up towards the sky and find a little bit of movement. Back and forth. If you're ready to play with your bind, then go ahead and leave that left hand on the right hip. Reach under with the right arm, seeing if you can find that connection of hand to hand. If that's happening, then you spiral the heart open towards the sky, maybe looking up. If you tried it and it's too much, then just back out. Staying for one more breath. Push all the way back up into warrior 2. Straighten through the front leg. Lift through the front arm and reach back. Relax the left shoulder. Get long through the right side of the body. Bend back into the front knee. Cartwheel the arms down towards the top edge of the mat. Lower the back knee down. And return both knees back to the mat for table. One round of cat-cow. Inhale, let the belly drop, look up. Exhale, push the ground away. Sit your hips back towards your heels, child's pose. Return to your breath. And slow it back down. Your first instinct will be to move to wipe the sweat. If you're not fasting, then to grab a sip of water or tea. And see if instead of giving into those urges, you can instead just sit for a few moments. Rather than moving, move to the breath instead. Deepen the breath maybe to a count of 4, 5, 6, 7, maybe even 8. Seeing if you can match the length of your inhalation to your exhalation. out strong through your hands. Start to think about moving. As you breathe in, you pull yourself up into a table. Toes tuck under. Knees lift away. Slowly as you can, push your hips up, downward facing dog. You have 5 breaths to play. You can wiggle the hips left to right. You can bend into the knees. Just play around. Find stillness. Push the hips nice and high. Breathe into the belly. Breathe out, soften through the neck. Look to the back of the mat. Inhale high onto the toes. Bend your knees, and if you didn't try last time, then go ahead and try. Just take a little hop all the way up. Maybe just halfway or a quarter, it doesn't matter. Walk your way to the top edge of the mat. Breathe in, halfway lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Pause. Bend into your knees, sit your bum down low, chair pose, arms reach up. And this time, bend into your elbows, cactusing through the arms. As you inhale, push the legs to straight, squeeze your bum, send the hips forward, lean the head back, arms and wrists, lean back as well. As you exhale, sit your bum down low, bend into your knees. Chair pose. Pull your forearms together in front of the face. Squeeze the hands together. Push hand into hand. Keep this connection of hand to hand. Push the legs to straight. Breathe in, reach up. Straighten, extend the arms. Lean back if you'd like. And deep breath out as you forward fold. And this time it's the right foot that stays where it is, the left foot steps back. Drop the back knee down and pat it up if you'd like. Ankle underneath knee. Glutes and core is engaged, one hand to the heart at a time. And then when you're ready, push to straight. Shoulders over top of hips. Rib cage tucks under. And find your breath. And breathe out, relax through the shoulders. And breathe in, reach up. And breathe out, bring the hands back down towards the mat. And push the ground away, maybe coming onto fingertips. Lengthen through the heart, look forward. And drop the back knee down. And when you're ready, go ahead and tuck the back toes under, lift the back knee away, and open that left foot towards the left side of the room for Warrior Two. Cartwheeling the arms open and out into a T. Bend deeply into your front knee and just pause. Getting a little bit warm in here. Breathe in, reach forward with that front hand. Flip the front arm and then revolve it. Reach all the way up. And push the leg to straight. My apologies, guys. Bend into that front knee. Reach down with your right arm. Left arm will reach up. Exalted Warrior. The left arm is reaching up towards the sky. You're getting taller and taller through the span width of your arms. And then if you'd like, open up through that left shoulder, bringing the left arm towards the right hip. Right arm reaches under. Go ahead and interlace the hands. And peel the heart open. If it's too much, then just back out.
pull yourself all the way back up to warrior two. Let's go ahead and reverse one more time because it feels good. Screw balance, I guess. Bend back into your front knee, cartwheel the arms back down and towards the floor, underneath the shoulders. And then go ahead and step forward with both feet, all the way up to the top of the mat. Inhale to halfway lift, look forward. And breathe out, sit your bum down nice and low, bend into your knees, the arms will reach up. And one more time, push to straight, squeeze the bum, open the heart, lean back. Forward fold all the way back down, and this time pause. Separate your feet hip distance. Choose either to hold on to the backs of the legs or the elbows. And just hang out here for a few breaths. And you get to decide how you'd like to move, what might feel best. Come back to that question of how you would like to feel. Go ahead and just remind yourself that everything you'd like to feel, to cultivate, it's all within your reach. Our natural state of being is one of peace. Just go ahead and remind yourself everything you desire is within your reach. Just like we did at the start of the class, roll yourself up to stand, stacking everything on top of each other, coming into Tadasana, our mountain pose. Pause with the heart over top of the legs, the head over top of the heart. And breathe into your belly. As you breathe out, let your legs get really heavy. Relax the fingers and the toes, and shut down your eyes. And take one more breath in here, fill the belly up entirely. Open the mouth and let out a really slow, deep exhale. Inhale, circle the arms up towards the sky. Look up towards the hands. As you breathe out, forward fold, hands to the mat. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. And breathe out, hands go back down. Step or play with hopping back. So if we want to hop back, then you'll just want to stay grounded through your full hands. So bend your knees a lot. We push down through the fingertips so that the knuckles just slightly lift away. And then find a gentle rocking of foot into hand, hand into foot. Play with that. And then trust yourself. And breathe in, rock forward. Breathe out, hop back. And if you land in plank, then we try to land and absorb the shock with bent elbows. Okay, stay in your plank for a moment, start to find some strength. Lower the hips down in line with the shoulders. Heels are stacked over top of the toes and squeeze the bum, squeeze the legs together. Push the ground away. Breathe in, fill the belly. And breathe out one more time, push the ground away. And drop your knees down if you'd like, otherwise rock forward on the toes. And as you breathe out, scrape your rib cage as you bend at the elbows, lowering maybe your whole body down towards the mat. And as you inhale, squeeze the bum, push through the tops of the feet, and push through the hands as you lift up for a cobra. And the elbows do not have to straighten. In fact, it's better for them to stay bent. Pull the shoulders down away from the ears, and then just lift the chin away from the chest. And breathe in one more breath. And breathe out, lower back down. Now we have 2 more rounds. You can go ahead and keep working with what you're doing, or if you want to take a wider grip, then send the arms out wide. You can also come onto fingertips. The other option is to lift up a little bit higher and maybe straighten out through the arms a little bit more. Shoulders down away from the ears. Always lowering to exhale. And last one, maybe this time you want to push through the tops of the feet, squeeze the bum to lift the legs for up dog. Squeeze your bum, feel the sensation in the low back. Exhale to lower back down. As gently as you can, push your way up onto hands and knees. Sit your bum back towards your heels, only to straighten out the legs ahead of you. If you'd like, you can take a pillow, cushion, or a block underneath your seat. Root down through the heel of the foot, toes up towards the sky. Alternatively, it can be really nice to take a pillow underneath your knees. When you're ready, your arms will reach up towards the sky. Breathe in, grow a little bit taller through the sides of the body. As you breathe out, fold forward halfway. Pause. Reach through your fingertips. Breathe in. Breathe out, fold a little bit more. Pause. Breathe in, reach, lengthen through the sides of the body, through the fingers, through the arms. Breathe out to fold. Now, the goal is not to touch our feet. The goal is to see how heavy we can allow our upper body to become. So get yourself set up. Take a pillow underneath the forehead if you need. Give in to the immediate discomfort that comes with the shape. Don't force yourself to reach for the feet. If it comes naturally, then great, and if it doesn't, then you can also alternatively hold on to the backs of the legs. I also just like to rest my arms down beside the legs and work with my breath. Inhaling to lengthen, maybe look forward, lift up. Exhaling to fold, pushing my belly in towards my legs. Not worrying about my forehead connecting to my knees, but rather seeing how much of my belly I can get onto my legs. Just allow yourself to be here. Notice your thoughts. Notice how you want to label your thoughts. And rather than thinking that you need to let go of them or change them, can you allow yourself just to be? And shake your head yes, shake your head no. We just have a few more breaths here. I know your body's probably be urging to get out of the shape. Know that that's normal. See if you can hold for one more deep breath in. Fill the belly. Open the mouth, let out a sigh. Crawl your way up to stand. Stacking shoulders over top of hips. Coming into staff pose, hands are underneath the shoulders, fingers spread wide. Engage through the core, push through the heels, and just pause. Wiggle your toes, and point, flex the feet a couple of times. When you're ready, bend into your knees, bring your feet to the mat. Coming down onto our backs. Making sure your pillow or your block is close by. And pause for a moment. Allow yourself to adjust to coming down onto the ground. Try to relax your head. If you need to shake it to the left or to the right a couple of times, you can. And then when you're ready, walk your feet underneath your knees, just like we did at the start of the class. And push through your feet to lift your hips up for bridge pose. And as you do this, grab for your pillow or your block. We're taking our prop underneath our hips, underneath our seat. And if a pillow isn't enough, then maybe you go and grab another pillow or a third. You just want it to lift the hips up just a little bit away from the mat, changing the flow of energy within the body. Your knees can stay bent, they can fall in towards each other. Your arms could reach up overhead. And just pause. Notice the noises around you. Notice the temperature of your body. And then notice your breath. Body is capable of amazing things. And what we think to be impossible often is not. So go ahead and just start to shift away from the realities of the external world and into the world of imagination, curiosity, creativity, and stillness. As we start to slow down the practice, allow yourself to be patient with your thoughts, your feelings. If your hands aren't on your belly, go ahead and move them there, just over top of the belly button. As you breathe in, push the stomach in towards the hands. As you breathe out, soften the arms, soften the fingers, and the wrists, the shoulders, and the head. Now you can choose to stay right where you are if you're comfortable, or you can start to modify your shape, either letting the knees fall out towards the side, Supta Baddha Konasana, feet together, or maybe extending the legs into a straight position. Now if you've moved and then felt a pinching in the low back, it just means that you need to move the block or your prop down a little bit further.
you've kept the legs the same, but you want to modify where your arms are, it'd be really nice to reach them up, reach for the elbows, or even reach them straight. Just make sure your shoulders are pulling down away from the ears. And wiggle the toes a little bit, and wiggle the fingers. And give into stillness. And as you breathe in, I want you to imagine the breath as a specific color. And as you invite the air into the body, you imagine this color growing and expanding with the breath, lifting, filling, and changing. And then as you release, the color fades away, everything shrinks back down into its place. You can try that a few more times. And just notice as you've started to work with breath, has your temperature changed? Have you gotten colder or warmer? Notice how much power the breath has over our body. And go ahead and bend into your knees, bring the feet to the mat. You'll remove the block out away from underneath your seat, sending it off to the side. Taking one last final shape. Nice gentle twist. Send the arms out nice and wide. Either straight arms or bent arms into cactus-like shape. Hips off to one side. Knees fall down towards the left or the right. Just look in the opposite direction of where the knees fall. You can set the knees up with a pillow underneath. You can, instead of crossing the legs, you can just let them stack. Just try to keep the knees at the same line as the hips. One more breath. And look back up towards the ceiling or the sky. Draw the knees up through center. Realign yourself to the center of your space. Take a full breath in. A slow breath out. Any energetic shifts that might have happened within the core, within the spine. Just scan the left and the right side of the body and see if you notice any difference between the two. your hips over in the opposite direction. Knees fall over towards the side. Arms go out wide if they'd like to, and the gaze fall towards the side that the knees are pointing away from. You can shut down the eyes. Try to let go of any feeling like you need to hold the body up in space at all. So often that top leg can feel a little bit tense or stuck. So that's why I've taken a pillow underneath, just to hold myself up, to hopefully be able to relax and soften a bit more. And same with the shoulders. So can you plug the shoulders into the mat? And then at the same time, relax the arms and the fingers. Last breath in. Slowly relax. Stay in the shape as you exhale. And then as you breathe in, bring it all the way back up through center. And preparing to come into stillness. The body is telling you to take another shape. And feel free to listen. Take as much time as you need. And we'll just finish off our practice here on our backs. We're in a seated shape. Shutting down the eyes, sitting up or lengthening out through the spine. Notice all of the sensations, thoughts, and experiences that come with the stillness of doing absolutely nothing except breathing. Stay here as long as you can, giving yourself permission to feel whatever needs to be felt and to hear whatever the mind needs to tell you. I ask you before you leave your mat just to recognize the effort that you put in, the dedication that you made to yourself. Recognize all of the benefits that you have just created for yourself. When you're ready to move, just move slowly and gently.
much for joining us. I hope if you have the extra time to stay on your mat, you do. Otherwise, I hope to see you soon. And take care.